For our Change Nexus for iMIS use case today, we're going to populate a Google Sheet whenever a contact is added to iMIS. So when a contact is added to iMIS, Change Nexus will relay a webhook. We're going to send that to Zapier, and Zapier is going to help us populate the Google Sheet. Right, so in this use case, what we're going to do is set up Change Nexus to listen for contacts being created. We're going to connect that to a Zapier automation. With that Zapier automation, we're going to populate a Google Sheet dynamically. So every time a contact is added to iMIS, it's actually going to go and add a row to that Google Sheet, and we're going to end up with a list of new contacts that have been added. So let's get started. We're going to jump over to Zapier first. We're going to tell it what we want to do. We're going to receive a webhook and then populate a row in a Google Sheet. Now Zapier is going to use its AI to make a suggestion. So it's telling us first we're going to use catch hook, which is how Zapier reads webhooks, and then it's told us that the connection we want to use is the create worksheet Google Sheets. And actually, I think it got that wrong. I think we need to create the spreadsheet row. So let's grab that one. Okay, so the Zapier is ready to set up now. First, we're just going to click into this first step. And now you can see Zapier is waiting for the first webhook, which is how it learns how to interact with the webhook that we're going to send. The most important thing here is to grab your webhook URL. This is the target URL we're going to use in Change Nexus. So we already have a Zapier integration set up here. It's ultimate tier. So we're going to edit this one, and we're going to update the target URL with the Zapier URL that you saw earlier. Next, we're going to look here, and we're realizing we're listening for all of these different things, and we don't want to do that this time. We're actually only interested in new contacts being added. So we're going to go through here and remove all of the ones that we don't need. And in this case, we're just listening for a person created. So we just save that. And in fact, we're done at this point. So that's already configured and ready for Change Nexus to do its thing. Zapier is waiting for the first webhook to come through. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to trigger the event. So we're going to go and create a contact. Oops. So we're just saving a basic contact in now. And while we're doing that, I'll just go over here and show you as well that what exactly Change Nexus is going to use for this update. So if we go over into the configuration again and look at Zapier, we know that this is the Zapier integration. So if we go and look at our IQAs, and we know that we're listening for person created, it's going to use this IQA. So it's going to grab all of the information that happens to be in this IQA. And at the moment I'm gathering a fair amount of information some of which I don't really need. We can remove all of that sort of stuff. We'll keep most of it, but as you can see, there's a lot of information that you can send or choose not to send. Most of this we don't actually need. So we're just going to save this IQA now. So that's going to change the way the data goes through, and it will send anything that's in this IQA. Okay, so if we go back over to Zapier, it will have received that webhook actually. And if we click the test button, test trigger, there we go. There is the request we sent. And if we open that up, you can see the data that we transmitted. We're going to use that as a model for Zapier to understand what we're sending in the change notification. So now we're going to create a spreadsheet row. We now have to connect this to our Google Sheet. And you can see there it's automatically detected the headers that I've placed on that. So from here we can start to insert those fields that we had. There's our iMIS ID, full name, might choose mobile phone, full address perhaps, and finally we'll grab the member type as well. Okay, now that we've set up where it's going to put the data, we're going to continue, and I'm pretty confident that this is going to work, so I'm going to skip the test and finally publish my Zap. Now that this is done, we're actually going to trigger the webhook by creating a contact. Oops. And we're going to go ahead and just create that now. And if we come here, we should actually see that data come through live. And there you go, it's actually done that live while we were watching the Google Sheet opened. If we were to add another one, it would be the same. And if we come back here, so there you go, we've actually completed this use case. We are using Change Nexus to trigger the event. We're connecting that to Zapier to fill out a Google Sheet. So this concludes this use case demonstration. Thanks for watching. Please don't hesitate to get in touch with us if you have any other questions or ideas on other use cases you would like to see. Also, don't forget to check out our website and our other use case videos.